It was tough. I went 3-2, and 2 matches I lost. I think I lost by 1.5 points. And people don't understand, in collegiate wrestling, you lose by 1 point, 2 points, you still lose. But that match was still challenging for both guys, So it's not like MMA, you get to crush a guy, and you're crushing the guy. So, wrestling is something I learned that helped me out a lot through my MMA game. But, when I wrestled at Midlands, it was tough, man. It was really tough.
I got to coach at the Midlands.
Yeah?
Yeah, I coached 4 matches, and they were only guy I had was Brian Keck. No neck Brian Keck. Yeah, you remember Brian? Thick neck fella? Well, let me tell you something. He went 3-1, and I felt I was really just totally devastated by his last loss, but he had no gas left in him after 3 matches with 3 other heavyweights.
Yeah, it's a tough tournament for sure. So people who win that are studs.
It's huge. JoJo Williams has won it 13 times.
Yep, I was there one of the years he won it.
Oh my God, is that guy unbelievable? He's now coaching up at Northern Illinois. We'll go to Mike Smith. He's been hanging out for 18 minutes. Mike, you got a question for Tito?
Actually, first I wanted to thank Tito for coming to Des Moines, but also want to thank Scott, you, and John, and
Ryan,
and Ryan, and Chris, and everyone with MCC. You guys are phenomenal. You were talking earlier about how MCC is the one that's sticking around, and I've been to all the different fighting organizations here, and you guys have far and above the best show, and I have the opportunity of seeing you guys behind the scenes and see how much hard work you put into it, and it's a pleasure to be in business with you guys.
Well, thank you. You're one of those guys that we didn't know how quite got the press credentials. How's that? We're going to tighten up the security backstage. He's just running around back
ouch, there. Scott, you're killing me.
Wow. Okay, question for Tito, Mike.
Well, Tito, the question I had, actually, Ryan asked earlier on who you're going to fight and when. But do you think you'll get that championship shot again?
I don't know. Has hell freezed over yet? That's for surely probably never going to happen, ever. I know a lot of fans would love to see it, but you got to look at the facts, and the facts are the person who runs the show don't like me. Go figure that one. It's fine, but there will be big fights coming about. There will be more world titles to be won, and my face will be right next to it.
Whatever happened to the possible matchup between you and Dana White? That was
you mean the exposure Dana wanted to be a superstar? He got it.
Okay, so
him flying around in his Lear jets, driving his Ferrari, and all of a sudden the gym aerobics teacher became a superstar overnight. It's awesome. It's cool. More power to him. I'm proud of him. For sure.
Oh man. Well, there you go. That's nice.
Yeah, very proud of him.
Mutual distraction. I mean, after March is over this year, you're going to see the floodgates of NCAA wrestlers into the world of MMA like you've never seen before.
I can't wait. That's awesome. I think it's just great to have an opportunity for fellow wrestlers to have the opportunity to make great money, have a professional sport. And when I got into it, I knew it was going to be a great sport. I knew it was not going to be a fad, because I watched something that not many people got a chance to see. A great sport grow. What we've done in the last 150 years, I think, or in the last 15 years, I think it took boxing 100 years to get to do. It's just because we're such a great sport, and the athletes that compete in it are some of the best athletes in the world, fellow wrestlers.
Could you have beaten Ed Strangler Lewis? So that's the question. Ed Strangler Lewis or Frank Gotch or any of the greats of the what I call the turn of the century era. Those guys that just made their living catch can wrestling in the circus, in the carnival sideshows, wrestling in front of 42,000 people at Comiskey for 2.5 hours in a match. I mean, that's a long time to wrestle. Could you do that?
Of course, without a doubt. If I was an opportunist and it came about, I would take advantage of it. I just remember in the 99, 2000, 2001, 2002, 2003, when I defended my world title 5 consecutive times. I guess I was one of those guys already, but in my own time era, it's nice to show that all the hard work is finally paying off. After 11 years of competing, I still have a bright future, and wrestling is what got me here.
The NCAA championships in March. The March to the Arch and March is on.
I've never been to that. I've always wanted to go.
I will get you credentials. You want to go? You're going, baby.
That'd be cool. That'd be very cool.
Yeah. You want to be treated like a rock star, or you want to be treated like one of the people?
One of the peoples.
That's what I'm talking about.
I love being treated like one of the peoples.
Angle will be there this year. I got to believe Scotty Rechsteiner will be there. Remember Scotty?
Yeah, wow.
I'm trying to think. Matt Lennon will be there. Danny Henderson will be there. It's going to be a good time. I'll make sure I hook you up.
Yeah, that'd be very cool.
All right. You and Keith? Keith will come?
Yeah, for sure.